What's up, guys? It's Cassie and Sara, and today we're talking about the unusual death of the famous actress Natalie Wood.
If you like murder mysteries, make sure you hit that subscribe button and keep on watching.
Today we are joined by my sister Hannah. She's just gonna sit in with us.
Natalie Wood was born on July 20th, 1938 in San Francisco, California, to Russian immigrant parents. She liked to describe her family as having been either gypsies or land-owning aristocrats in Russia. In her youth, her mother had dreamed of becoming an actress or ballet dancer. Natalie and her sisters were raised Russian Orthodox, and as an adult, she stated, "I'm very Russian, you know." She spoke both English and Russian with an American accent. Biographer Warren Harris wrote that under the family's needy circumstances, Wood's mother may have transferred her ambitions to her middle daughter. Her mother would take little Natalie to the cinemas as often as she could. Natalie's only professional training was watching Hollywood child stars from her mother's lap, noted by Harris. Natalie would later recall this time saying, "My mother used to tell me that the cameraman who pointed his lens out at the audience at the end of the Paramount newsreel was taking my picture. I'd pose and smile like he was going to make me famous or something. I believed everything my mother told me." Shortly after Natalie was born in San Francisco, her family moved to Santa Rosa. Natalie was noticed by members of a crew during a film shoot in downtown Santa Rosa. Her mother soon moved the family to Los Angeles in order to pursue a film career for her daughter. Her original name is NATALIE, but after she started acting as a child, studio executives at RKO Radio Pictures changed her name to Natalie Wood in reference to director Sam Wood. Wood's younger sister was born in Santa Monica after she moved and is known as Lana Wood, who also became an actress.
So this is like her early life, just kind of gets you warmed up for what's to come. But she was like always in film from a young age. She loved watching people act and stuff like that, and was.
I love how her mom said, like, at the end of the movie, like, they're taking your picture.
Yeah,
dude. I feel like
so
I
cute.
did the same thing as, like, a young kid. Like, I'd sit there and, like, you know how you see, like, the little camera up there that I was like,
you're like,
they're gonna see me.
Oh, that's cute. They changed her name. So her original name was Natalia, something very Russian at the end. We don't know how to pronounce it.
So it'll be on the screen.
So they changed it to Natalie Wood. Probably because it was easier to say and more catchy.
Well, it was in reference to a director.
Yeah, that
Sam
too.
Wood.
But it's probably easier saying Natalie Wood than like Natalia, whatever her last name was.
A few weeks before her 5th birthday, Wood made her film debut as a character actress in a 15-second scene in the film Happy Land in 1943. Her best-known film as a child was Miracle on 34th Street in 1947. She plays a girl who believes Edmund Gwenn is Santa Claus. The film has become a Christmas classic. Wood was counted among the top child stars in Hollywood after the film and was so popular that Macy's invited her to appear in the store's annual Thanksgiving Day parade. By age 9, she had been named the most exciting juvenile motion picture star of the year by Parents magazine. John C. Tibbetts, a film historian, observed that Wood's character in Rebel, Searches, and Morning Star began to show her widening range of acting styles. Her former childlike sweetness was now being combined with a noticeable restlessness that was characteristic of youth in the 1950s. After Wood appeared in the box office flop All the Fine Young Cannibals in 1960, she lost momentum. Her career was in a transition period, having until then consisted of roles as a child or as a teenager. After a series of bad films, her career was already in decline, according to author Douglas Rathgeb. She was then cast in Kazan's Splendor in the Grass in 1961 with Warren Beatty, and her career rebounded. She then starred in West Side Story in 1961, and it is considered one of her best films. In 1966, Wood was given the Harvard Lampoon Award for being the worst actress of last year, this year, and next. She was the first performer to attend their ceremony and accept an award in person. The Harvard Crimson wrote that she was quite a good sport. Following a disappointing reception to Penelope in 1966, Wood took a 3-year hiatus from acting. After becoming pregnant in 1970 with her first child, Natasha Gregson, Wood went into semi-retirement and would act in only 4 more theatrical films during the remainder of her life.
A little bit more on her backstory. She appeared in some like really amazing movies. So West Side Story, Miracle on 34th Street, one of the things that really boosted her career. And she was, like, really, really famous. And then she got this award after being in a movie that didn't do so well. The award for Worst Actress of last year, this year, and next. That must, like, hurt.
But they said she was, like, a good sport about it. But
imagine, like, putting so much work and time into, like...
movies.
Or, like, say, for us, YouTube, and, like, going to the whatever awards it... you get an award that says you're crap, basically. I would be, like, kind of crushed.
Wood died under mysterious circumstances at age 43 during the making of Brainstorm while on a weekend boat trip to Santa Catalina Island on board Wagner's yacht Splendor. Outside of drowning, many of the circumstances are unknown. It was never determined how she entered the water. Natalie was with her husband Robert Wagner, Brainstorm co-star Christopher Walken, and Splendor's captain Dennis Davern on the evening of November 28, 1981. Authorities recovered her body at 8 a.m. on November 29th, 1 mile away from the boat, with a small Valiant brand inflatable dinghy beached nearby. The autopsy report revealed that she had bruises on her body and arms, as well as an abrasion on her left cheek, but no indication as to how or when the injuries occurred. Davern had previously stated that Wood and Wagner argued that evening, which Wagner denied at the time. In his memoir, Pieces of My Heart, Wagner admitted that he had an argument with Wood before she disappeared. The autopsy found that Wood's blood alcohol content was 0.14% and that there were traces of motion sickness pills and painkillers in her bloodstream, both of which increased the effects of alcohol. Los Angeles County Coroner Thomas Noguchi ruled the cause of her death to be accidental drowning and hypothermia. According to Noguchi, Wood had been drinking and she may have slipped while trying to reboard the dinghy. Her sister Lana expressed doubts, alleging that Wood could not swim and had been terrified of water all her life, and that she would never have left the yacht on her own by dinghy. 2 witnesses who were on a nearby boat stated that they had heard a woman scream for help during the night. Wood was buried in Westwood Village Memorial Park Cemetery in Los Angeles.
She, like, must have disappeared for a time if she died and everyone's like, we don't know how she got there.
Yeah.
But people nearby could hear her screaming.
Why don't they come and help? They got a boat?
But if they heard a woman screaming, why did the guys on the boat not hear her?
Yeah.
Unless they did it. It doesn't make any sense. She didn't like deep water. She was scared of it. So why would she go out on this tiny little flimsy boat by herself?
Dude, if I was scared of water, I wouldn't even get on a yacht.
No, but at least if you're with 3 other adults, if you fall over, they're probably going to help you. You know what I mean? Or, like...
You would hope.
Yeah,
but
or, like...
in this case...
And if you're scared of deep water, like, at night, you wouldn't be out near the edge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you're very cautious about that.
But they also said that there was alcohol, motion sickness pills, and painkillers.
True,
so she was
not a good combo. Like, she was out of it. But then also she was found with bruises, right?
Mm-hmm. So maybe that argument was physical.
So obviously something must have happened because she didn't just get in a dinghy, fall off the side, and magically have bruises.
Yeah.
Like in spots that you would if...
Okay, so here's a theory. Maybe, Wagner and her are arguing. He roughs her up a bit. She, like, passes out. He puts her on a dinghy, and then she just, like, wakes up.
Why the heck would he do that?
Because maybe he wants to get rid of her.
Yeah. And
he just, like...
puts her in a dinghy and just puts her out.
And then she wakes up, freaks out because she's on this flimsy thing, and she falls in and starts drowning. The dinghy went...
I guess,
I solved it! The case was reopened in November 2011 after Danvern publicly stated that he had lied to police during the initial investigation and that Wood and Wagner had an argument that evening. He alleged that Wood had been flirting with Walken, that Wagner was jealous and enraged, and that Wagner had prevented Davern from turning on the searchlights and notifying authorities after Wood's disappearance. Davern alleged that Wagner was responsible for her death. Christopher Walken hired a lawyer who operated with the investigation and was not considered a suspect by authorities. In 2012, a Los Angeles County Chief Coroner amended Wood's death certificate and changed the cause of death from accidental drowning to drowning and other undetermined factors. The amended document included a statement that is not clearly established. how Wood ended up in the water. Detectives instructed the coroner's office not to discuss or comment on the case. On January 14, 2013, the Los Angeles County Coroner's Office offered a 10-page addendum to Wood's autopsy report. The addendum stated that Wood might have sustained some of the bruises on her body before she went into the water, but that this could not be definitively determined. Forensic pathologist Michael Hunter speculated that Wood was particularly susceptible to bruising because she had taken the drug Synthroid. In 2020, a medical doctor and former intern of Noguchi at the time of Wood's death stated that the bruises were substantial and fitting for someone who gets thrown out of a boat. He claimed that he made those observations to Noguchi, who reacted strangely as if he was involved in a cover-up. In February 2018, Wagner was named a person of interest by the police in the investigation. He has denied any involvement. The police stated that they know that Wagner was the last person who was with Wood when she died. In a 2018 report, the Los Angeles Times cited the coroner's report from 2013, saying that Wood had unexplained fresh bruising on her right forearm, left wrist, and right knee, a scratch on her neck, and a superficial scrape on her forehead. Officials said that it is possible that she was assaulted before she drowned.
The boat's captain, Davern, lied and said that nothing happened that night, which isn't true.
They did have a fight.
They did have a fight, and that Wagner wouldn't let him turn on the searchlights, so they knew she was missing.
Yeah.
It was like, no, we're not doing that. I think that kind of really points to Wagner as being...
Yeah.
Like, if you had nothing to do with it, why wouldn't you let him turn on the searchlights?
Mm-hmm.
At the very least.
So it's got to be Wagner.
It's got to be. Like,
and he's like kind of making Davern like an accessory to murder.
Basically. But I wonder if Davern knows more than he's saying. Like, I wonder if he like saw what happened.
Probably, but he's probably like too scared.
Yeah.
Because he was just like a captain.
And then that guy's famous, so he's probably...
Yeah, he probably could have ruined his life.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. I think it's pretty suspicious.
Or maybe he bribed him.
Could have. I don't know.
Like,
but the fact that he lied and that she did have bruises that coincided with, like, someone throwing her overboard.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I mean, come on.
The dinghy, I think, because they found her near one, I think that could have been maybe for, like, a reassurance thing. Like, I'm going to throw her overboard, but then I'm going to let the dinghy go so it looks like she fell out of it.
He placed it there. Do you think, like, maybe once her body was there, he, like, maybe placed the dinghy there?
Yeah, something. Because it was a mile away from where they were, so maybe they floated away together, or he put her, like, partially in the dinghy and then sent it out, and it, like, dumped her out. I don't know. I definitely don't think that she just fell out of the boat.
Oh, no.
Do we all agree that there's something a little more suspicious going on?
Yeah.
Definitely didn't just fall out.
Like, we definitely think Wagner did it, 100%. And we definitely think Davern knows more than he is letting on. And we know Christopher Walken is innocent.
Well, we assume.
We hope.
He could have been wide awake, hanging out.
Maybe he could have been watching.
Shut up.
Case
you don't know that for sure.
It's Christopher Walken.
I don't care. It's suspicious. So yeah, that's the story of Natalie Wood and what happened to her. Let us know what you guys think happened.
Yeah.
If you think that she fell out of the boat herself, if she was on the dinghy and fell off.
If you agree with our theories that Wagner did it, Davern knows more, and Christopher Walken is innocent.
Shut up. We didn't agree on that last one. We don't know that for sure. Anyways, yeah. Leave a comment, leave a like, let us know what you think. Let us know.
You forgot the subscribe button, the notification.
I wasn't there yet.
Well, you know what? I beat you to it.
Make sure that you let us know any other stories you want us to cover, and we will try to do so.
Go follow them on their social media.
Thank you.
We will see you guys next Friday.